echoes of the silent future, the pillar and the flood. As the storm raged above them, the band huddled together, trying to make sense of the strange world they had found themselves in. Staring into the darkened sky, his mind racing. "Where are we? When are we?" he asked aloud, his voice barely audible over the howling wind. Before anyone could answer, Justin froze, his eyes widening. A vivid vision overtook him, a massive pillar of fire rising from the earth, piercing the clouds and connecting to a guiding star above, pointing toward the pyramids in the distance. At the same moment, Justin's guitar began to hum, vibrating gently in his hands as if it too was pointing the way. The band stood in silent awe, realizing the gravity of what was happening and the growing connection to their mysterious abilities. Nick tentatively reached out and touched the guitar. His eyes glazed over as a new vision came to him, one of an earth entirely submerged in water. He gasped and pulled his hand back, his voice trembling. "It's the flood. We're in the time of the biblical flood." As he spoke, the ground beneath them trembled slightly, reinforcing his fears. Pressing forward under the guidance of the star, they crested a sand dune and stopped in their tracks, staring in disbelief. Below them, a towering Nephilim carried an enormous stone, placing it at the apex of the nearly finished pyramid. They ducked behind the dune, watching the giant with a mix of terror and amazement as it placed the final stone, completing the ancient structure. The guitar began to hum again, and Justin received another vision. A man not far from where they stood, calling out to them. Following the hum and the guiding star, they came upon a massive wooden stronghold. As they approached, a large gate fell open, and a man stepped out, motioning for them to enter. "Hurry! Get inside!" he yelled, his voice urgent as the rain began to pour harder. Once inside, the man introduced himself as Noah. His face was weathered but resolute, his voice grave. "Stay away from the giants," he warned. "They are desperate to save themselves and will destroy the Son of Man if they can. Yahweh has judged us all. He told me you were coming and you may stay with us." Before they could ask more, a thunderous roar shook the stronghold. A massive tidal wave crashed into the structure, lifting it from the ground and carrying it like a boat. The band held on for dear life as the stronghold rode the violent waves. When the waters finally calmed, they stepped outside onto the roof, their breath taken away by the sight before them. The tops of the pyramids barely protruded from the water, and the Nephilim clung to them, fighting for survival against the rising flood. Inside, Noah's eyes fixed on Justin's guitar. He approached it cautiously, speaking in harsh, angry Hebrew. The air in the room grew heavy as his voice rose. Suddenly, the entire stronghold filled with blinding light. The band shielded their eyes, and when the light faded, they found themselves standing in a thick jungle. The air was humid, and strange sounds echoed around them. They looked at each other in disbelief, realizing they had been transported yet again. The guitar still hummed faintly in Justin's hands, its mysteries and their journey far from over.